we bring in the questions, any thoughts you have, Paul, before we open up everything?
Yeah, what's kind of interesting when you look at the slide that showed how they all integrate, what's so powerful about that is each one of those, the 530 grid, the personality map, in and of themselves, they're worthy of, whatever price for peace of mind and understanding and, personal relationships. And when you get them all blended, that's what makes this a powerful tool. I've had people that have taken the course just glom onto just the 530 grid, something that simple in terms of a sales modeling. A lot of people talk about it, think about it. It lays it out so simplistically. So I think the bottom line for me with all of this is that Life Masteries is finding a way to uncomplicate simple things, because there is a tendency for people to make really simple things complicated. And, of course, they take really overly complicated things and try to make it simple, unless I just repeated myself. But what it all means is that it's like it can't be this easy. Where's the trick? It isn't. There is no trick. It is that simple if you apply it.
Right. It's cool. Ski, thoughts, questions, insights that you have?
Yeah, Mark, you only have 30 minutes to go through all this stuff, so this is really a boatload of information. But can you talk a little bit about the interconnectedness of the DNA for people, the DNA for business, and the DNA for life? Just maybe get a little deeper into that.
Sure. So the DNA for people, the personality masteries, can be learned on a linear, there's 4 personalities, strengths, weaknesses, so it's very linear when you first start learning it. So it's really easy to learn. The 530 grid is equally linear. There's 5 areas. There's 6 levels of proficiency. So that's, you have marketing, pre-sale, sales, servicing, client for life. It's like a pipeline with 5 pipes. And so, pretty simple to learn. You're only as strong as your smallest pipe. And so those 2 are simple to learn. The DNA for life, there's over 500 natural laws. So that's complex. Like that, like what? Like, how does that all connect? And that's kind of the magical parts of it. And so when you look at the screen, the 1-1 marketing is really about learning how to work hard and smart and efficient. And it's talking about consistency and commitment. Area 2 is pre-sales. It's bringing in natural laws that help us to improve our drive and discipline cubed. And being able in Area 3, the sale, it's clear communication. Area 4, servicing, self-vaporization. So it goes from work to discipline to skill to artistry to genius. And then client for life is how to be the best student in the world. So it's really almost like learning the piano. Like you learn the linear part of the piano. Okay, here's the keys. This is what I need to do. And once you learn that and you start bringing these things together, it becomes really artistry. It's like it's magical when it's like, how does somebody do that? It's not just the mechanics of it. It's bringing all of those things together. I don't know if that helps, Guy, or maybe not so much.
No, that's good. That's good. Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, I like the piano analogy because you learn, the notes, the scales, then the chords, and then the symphony, then that complex Stravinsky or whatever composer you fancy. It all started with learning, here's the C note, here's middle C, here's G. Then you learn the chords, and next thing you know, you have this amazing, which is the artistry, this amazing piece of music coming out of a piano that just started with somebody learning middle C.
Love it. Jorge is a CPA, owns an accounting firm in San Antonio. Actually, this month he's going to be hosting the Psychology of People event, and so, you're all invited to that. Jorge, questions or thoughts that you have?
Yes, you mentioned earlier, because I have been focusing a lot on business owners and C-level executives. You mentioned that this also applies to a part-time student. I got lost on that.
So every single human being, like, we think the way we think. And so when you have, let's say, a part-time high school student, and they're coming in, they can go through, and in 7 hours, they can learn the psychology of people, which will help them to be more productive, which will help them to understand, hey, I'm more aggressive, I'm less aggressive, hey, I talk too much or not enough, or maybe I'm not communicating enough. It helps to awaken them and helps to create an awareness within them on how very gifted and special they are, and how people are very different than they are, and how they can interact with people. So it'll accelerate their growth. It's been taught to young people as young as 5 years old. And the GEOS test's been actually used on kids that are 2 and 3 years old. And it helps in the personal and professional in all different areas. Does that answer your question, Jorge?
Why did I didn't learn this when I was in high school?
Right? Or grade school, right? I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, man, like, I have 5 grandkids now, another one on the way, and I am teaching this at a very young age. And my oldest grandson is Daniel, and he's a double expressive. And I'm telling you, like, everybody's his friend. Well, you met him when we were in Annapolis, and he just came right up to you, and he's like, Mr. Jorge, like, what's the biggest challenge you're facing in here?
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, and it's just like he's just naturally gifted as a double expressive to talk and be fun and funny. And his brother, is totally different. And then he's got twin sisters that are 2.5, and they're awesome. And then he's got a cousin, Lily, who's 2.5, almost 3. And so I'm having so much fun to see their personality develop and really connect with them and help them to understand, hey, so my oldest grandson, his greatest strength is energy, excitement, enthusiasm. His greatest weakness is his energy, excitement, and enthusiasm. And he just has so much energy. So it's something that I believe that this is what's cool when somebody attends the webinar, goes through the course, when somebody goes through the live event, like there's a whole day event in San Antonio. When somebody goes through that, they walk away from that and they're like, I've never experienced anything like this in my life. Like, this changed everything. It awakened me and helped me to understand not only business and people and relationships there, but it helped me with my spouse. It helped me with my kids. It helped me with my parents or siblings. It's just really cool. Let's open it up for everyone. Anyone else have any questions or thoughts?
So what if your biggest challenge is not really anybody else but yourself?
Ooh, great question. And so that's, a quantum. I mean, first Paul asked me, did I have a favorite natural law? And it could be thinking differently, but in teaching our 7 children, the number one natural law that we sought to taught them was taking personal ownership. So what you're doing is you're taking personal ownership. And so we can't change other people, but when we change ourselves, other people around us do change. My daughter and her husband And my son-in-law's mom said this, saying, which is so cool. Like, I'm like, oh my gracious, this is amazing. She said, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, which we've all heard. That's not the amazing part. But you can put salt in the oats. And I'm like, I'd never thought of that. That is so cool. The thing is the salt is different for the different types of personalities. So what creates pain for one personality will actually create pleasure for another personality. So if we go ahead and, let me go back here to the different personalities here. Let's say, Adam, what's going to create pleasure for Adam is new, exciting, fun. Like, I want to do something fun and new and crazy. That's going to give Joe so much pain. It's unbelievable. What gives Joe pleasure is consistency, discipline, making sure everything's done properly in order. And that's going to give Adam so much pain. What's going to give Deb pleasure is profit, speed, getting ahead, movement, fast. But that's going to create, for Susan, in the amiable world, well, that's going to change. That's going to create pain. It's going to create conflict. So what causes one personality pleasure gives another personality pain. We tend to be drawn to people who are like us, and we tend to fall in love with people who are opposite us. So it's asking ourselves the right question. It's going back into the quantum. So it's going back into the quantum world here. And so it's asking ourselves the right questions, the hard questions. And then when I know that, no, we don't. If we listen at a deeper level, we realize, yeah, we don't know it. We thought we knew it, but we didn't know it. And then we see different things, which then reveal our own intentions, which may not be as pure as we think they are. And then it helps us to think differently, which then gives us additional capability. And when we internalize things, you know somebody's thinking differently when they change their behavior. Does that help?
Yeah.
Great question. Anyone else have any other questions? We all filled up? Okay. So for sure, go through, get the course. You can go right online. You can order it online. You can take it right online. You could do 1 hour, a session for 7 weeks and take the course in 7 weeks. Or you could go ahead and, take it in 7 hours. Or you could take 7 months, whatever you wanted to do. So it's all available. You order it online. You get it online. You can go through it. And there's some really special bonus offers. So you order it from today's. You go in and order it online, and let them know that Mark Boersma said that you were going to get a special bonus. And there's I think 2 or 3 bonuses by signing up right away. But you got to do it, within, I think it's 24 hours of this webinar. And so you've got to go in right away and order it online and then ask for the 3 bonuses. You're going to be assigned what's called an art buddy, or an art mentor, rather. So there's going to be a mentor. So it's not just going online like you just go online. You're going to actually have a real live person that's either going through the course, maybe at the same pace you are, or somebody who's gone through the course. So you're going to have an art mentor that's going to be assigned to you that will help you in being able to go through that. And so sign up today, make that happen. And if you have any questions, connect with the individual who invited you to participate in today's session, or you can call toll-free 888-230-2300. That's 888-230-2300. Or if you're calling in outside the U.S., you can call the U.S.-based number 630-393-9909. That's 630-393-9909. And always remember, we can accomplish so much more together than we ever could on our own. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.